Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here today for another edition of NASCAR 06 Total Team Control, and today we are Truck Series Racing, a doubleheader on this Tuesday night for you guys for the Craftsman Truck Series. Still early in the season here. This is only the second and third race of the season tonight, and in the first race of the doubleheader we have Michigan, 100 lap race there, 200 miles, followed by a 200 mile race at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway under the lights. That will be 134 laps. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we get into the rest of tonight's coverage. Qualified mid-pack once again. For whatever reason, I can't get the hang of Michigan. Something about the 2-mile ovals, both Michigan and California. I could get a lot of speed, and I don't have any grip, or I go for the grip, and I'm lacking speed down the straightaways. I can't figure out a setup in really any series here. We did not win at Michigan in the Busch Cup or Truck Series season, and at California I won a Cup race on fuel mileage, but that was it. So got to figure out these 2-mile and bigger racetracks outside of the road courses. I tend to run pretty well for the most part there, but got a good finish in the Busch Series race at Michigan last night with Kyle Busch. Finished 8th. Wish I could have done better, but that was about all the speed I had in, and I was pretty much like a 4th to 8th place car the whole night. I never really had anything for the win. Led a couple laps on a restart because of pit strategy, so I was able to get some bonus points at least, leading like 8 laps in the race. Led just 9 laps in the season opener at Daytona and finished 22nd, as you see in the thumbnail. So Ricky Craven's going to have to get on it today, trying to make up some points in both of the races, and we'll see if he can do it. Like and subscribe, again, for more daily NASCAR content as we get into tonight's full race live stream, realistic commentary coverage. Davion West, Mark DeMars, Blub, and others, welcome into the stream, into the chat. 15th starting spot for Ricky Craven in race 1 of the doubleheader tonight. The green flag is in the air, and we are underway at Michigan. Double wide is the field off to start. Saw 3 cautions, and that was it. A potential fuel mileage finish in the Busch race. Yesterday, Ricky Craven not taking off well on the start here. He's going to find himself on the outside lane off turn 2 as he lost the bottom of the racetrack. As they head for turns 3 and 4, he's on the outside right now, just trying to hang on to the race car. 3 wide. Added a little bit more downforce from what he had in qualifying, trying to find a way to get some grip. And what a terrible start for Craven. He lost about 13 spots, 12 spots on the opening lap of the race. Good speed in the draft, though, through the tri-oval. He's going to have to hope the field can make it through turns 1 and 2 in front of him. It's going to be 3 wide around the 99 truck, rather, of Ricky Craven. In that outside lane as he squeezed into the wall. He just did not have a lot of room to race there. Trying to fight his way back down to the bottom on the backstretch, heading for turns 3 and 4, and he's able to do so, but he slips up just a little bit in the middle of the corner. He might lose more ground. This is a terrible start to this first race of the doubleheader for Ricky Craven. Little arrow loose getting into turns 1 and 2 that time, and it turned his truck to the apron. Luckily, he was able to hang on to it. Not just the handling of the truck, but also hang on to his position. In 28th. Oh, we got a stack up going on. 3 wide. Chad Chafin splitting a truck to the bottom while Brandon Witt splits into the outside. Look at Witt from top to bottom. One truck gets shuffled out of line into the wall in the middle of the corner after contact with the 99. No caution there. And we stay green. Craven pulling out of line right now. Gets the door shut on him. Even that 178 truck came dangerously close to his back bumper in the middle of the corner as well. Craven didn't get arrow loose that time. Trying to get a little bit of this momentum back now that he's on the inside lane. He's just got to try to hold it there. Little squeeze. Craven going to make a pass. A lot of 3 wide racing going on in front of him. Brandon Witt's making some moves in the 38 truck. Craven's just trying to follow him. Patrick Shadley, thanks for tuning into the stream also. One truck blowing an engine right in the middle of the pack, trying to get to the apron. I think it's the 92 of Kevin Harvick. So Harvick in trouble right now. 3 by 3 off turn 2. It is wild in the middle of the pack. A lot of the veterans are back here too. Ron Hornaday in the middle. Right behind the 38 truck of Witt still. Craven down on the bottom, clips the apron, goes up the track, almost makes contact with the 6. He does side draft him enough. Pulls him back just a bit. Should be a one-stop race today, right around there, if these guys could go 50 laps in a full tank in the truck series. Something happened behind these top roughly 21, 22 drivers. Craven got a little tight in the dirty air into the corner, had to lift to keep it off to 64, 164, I guess, to his outside. There's Harvick on the apron, still trying to get to pit road, and finally Will off turn 4. Craven about hooked the 164 truck. He was trying to side draft him, and he about turned him middle of the front stretch. He's trying to hold on to the bottom. Look at Ron Hornaday making an aggressive move to get down to the inside now as well. He's going to get a huge bump trap from behind by Craven. Craven ends up making contact with the 164. Holds on to the race truck, though. I think he's all right. A little bit of a wild ride. These guys not giving each other a lot of room. It's almost like the start of the Busch race last night. The only difference is we haven't had a caution. 3 and 25 laps on the final 100 went caution free. This race is only 100 laps. Kramer, welcome to the stream also. Yeah, truck's carrying more fuel. Should be able to make it. Nothing more than 2-stop, yeah, for sure. Craven trying to share draft with this 86 truck. Chapman. Oh, Hornaday got really loose. Do you see the rear of his truck move out as he washed into that outside lane? Contact up ahead. It looked like off turn 2 in front of him as well. There's going to be a big wreck here before long. There was a big wreck off turn 2 in the early going of the Busch race last. Oh, they're 4 wide for second place up at the front of the field. And off turn 4, are they going to make it? Good grief. These guys are racing the heck out of each other right now. Hit that like button, everybody. These guys putting on a show at the front of the field. 4 wide for second. Now they're about 3 wide for, what, third? 86 trying to block Ricky Craven just a little bit. Craven can't get underneath him. I'll have to sit and wait again. A lot of 3 wide battling going on in front of the 99 once more. 86 truck got a bit loose. Now he's going to be in the middle 3 wide as Craven goes down to the bottom. Craven finds the 121 truck. Big move in the tri-oval. Craven had to pull out of line. And hops right back in line behind him instead. Big run for the 121 truck on the inside. Ricky Craven following him through. Contact with the 117. Outstalled the pack out again. Fastest lap of the race for Craven, that last lap. Looks like John Hamilton's in the lead right now. And 3 wide again inside the top 10. The 107 truck running pretty wide off the exit of the corner. 121 making a move towards the inside. Craven's starting to slowly pick him off. He qualified 15th. Only up 2 spots from the beginning of the race. Bobby Hamilton, John Hamilton going back and forth. Terry Cook in the 10 truck also towards the front of the field. Craven drafting off the 153. going to be such a hard-fought battle. I'm surprised nobody's pulling away from each other right now. 153 truck going to try to take it 3 wide to the inside. The 108 up high. Ricky Craven's got a big run right now on the back straightaway. He gets a bit tight in the dirty air as well. 22 lead changes last night in the Busch race. We've had a lead change almost every lap from the start in this truck race. 38.655 that last lap at the line for Craven. Down on the bottom lane again into turns 1 and 2. Has to be careful flirting with that apron. Just want to get overly loose. A lot of trucks on the outside lane through 1 and 2. Little contact. Craven hangs on to the race truck. He's up to 10th. Somebody's going to cross him back over, and now Craven's going to be right back on the outside. He's getting side drafted by that truck underneath him. Craven's able to hang on to 10th and get back down to the bottom. Ricky's got a pretty big run on the back straightaway, heading for 3 and 4. No blocks by the 153 truck. Had the lift again to keep it off the 106. So easy to get tight in the middle of the corners. With so many trucks in front, inside, outside, 3 wide. We've seen 4 wide. That's still his fastest lap of the race, despite a bit of a hiccup. Brandon Witt might have the fastest truck in the field in that 38. He has soared from outside the top 20. In his starting spot, now looking for 3rd on the back straightaway. Craven trying to get a run on Shikiki Hattori in the 9 truck. Hattori with the block, though. Craven has to hang on behind him. Witt up to 3rd. He might get crossed over now. Hattori down low on the bottom. Craven's just going to draft in line behind the 9 truck of Hattori now and get underneath the 107 by himself. Wilson Eubanks won the season opener in the 64 truck. Fantasy driver ended up getting the upset at Daytona. What will happen here today at Michigan? A lot of drivers out here contending for the win. Early on, obviously. Only on lap 17. And now the 10 truck of Terry Cook back in the lead again. Big run for Craven in the tri-oval, but he's going to get blocked by Hattori down on the inside. Trying to back up turns 1 and 2 as much as he can. Brandon Witt thinking about potentially going 3 wide for the lead. He's 3 wide for about 2nd. And he's up to P2. Terry Cook fell from about 1st back to 4th in a little over half a lap. Craven underneath John Hamilton. Terry Cook still on the outside. Not a lot of drafting help on that outside lane. And Ricky Craven has just driven his way inside the top 5 for the first time. Well, meanwhile, at the front of the field, Brandon Witt, the 38 truck, is going to lead through 1 and 2. And if he can hold on to the lead this time through 3 and 4, he's going to have a shot to lead his first lap of the race tonight. Bill Lester, I believe, is in 2nd, trying to get around him now after getting by the 04 truck of Bobby Hamilton. Raven drafting behind Hattori in the 9. Witt will lead his first lap of the night. 38.647. A lot of fast laps, though, in the draft by Ricky Craven. Didn't have that good start. Lost 12 laps on the first, 12 positions on the first lap of the race, but he's got his way up to 5th. It's taking a little bit of time, but he's slowly getting up there. Slide drafting going on for 2nd. Bobby Hamilton down low under Bill Lester. Hattori trying to follow the 04. The 99 of Craven now. Got to get to the inside of Lester as well in the tri-oval. Craven to fourth. 38.512 for Craven that last lap. He'll clear Lester into the corner, and Bobby Hamilton trying to get underneath the 38 truck for the race lead. Not going to be able to do it, though. Big run for Ricky Craven, and a block from Shigeki Hattori. Hattori going for second. He's got a run on the back straightaway. Craven going with him. It's amazing how much the draft plays in effect at Michigan on this game. Doesn't matter the series. A little contact up the track between the 99 and the 04. Craven to third. And can Hattori take his first lead of the race? Oh, up the track goes Brandon Witt. Shigeki Hattori down to the bottom. All the way on the inside is Hattori on the back straightaway, and Craven sits in line right behind him. Craven going up the track. He couldn't carry that much speed down to the bottom on his own. Hattori to the lead, all clear off turn 4. Look at Witt with the block all the way to the bottom. He's now trying to cross Hattori over. All the way to the apron goes Craven. Really trying to arc his corner off now as much as he can. Clipped the apron a bit with the left side tires, but didn't have anything bad happen there. 23 laps in, and we are somehow caution-free, and these guys have been racing ridiculously hard with one another since the first lap of the race. Some amazing racing going on right now at Michigan. Right behind Hattori in the tri-oval. Hattori and Witt keep crossing each other over back and forth. Now they're side drafting each other just a little bit. Nice little run for Ricky Craven in the 99. Can't really go anywhere. He's not able to get his truck to turn. Craven going low. Witt and Hattori still side by side. Now Hattori finally throws the block on the outside. Witt tried to get underneath him, couldn't do it. Craven just a bit arrow loose with the 04 behind him, but he doesn't budge and hangs on to third. It's amazing how much all these trucks are moving around, too. Craven trying to get in that share draft with Brandon Witt in the 38 again. Craven just can't get around Hattori and Witt. He saw them mid-pack, both of them really. Hattori more towards the top 10, but Witt was outside the top 20, and he couldn't really compete with both of them, and now they're both in front of him and the only two trucks in front of him. Craven's either going to have to try to find a way to get around him one way or another. Big run for the 99 off turn 4. Blocked by Witt. A little contact was made. And Witt's going to shuffle back to 4th on the tri-oval. Bobby Hamilton to 3rd and Craven to P2. Witt went all the way down the track off turn 4 to try to block Ricky Craven. Craven sticks the bottom really well through 1 and 2. And he's going to pull alongside the 9 truck. Big time side draft as they almost made contact. Craven up the track now. Still got off forward, not too shabby. Craven's got a run right now in the tri-oval. He's going to pull out a line. And he's looking low into turns 1 and 2 for the lead. Big dive into the corner. Maybe a little too much. These guys are definitely pacing to make it on one stop today, which we figured. Craven trying to get to the bottom. Can't get around this truck with the clean air. Off of turn number 4, Craven potentially underneath the 9 of Shigeki Hattori. Bobby Hamilton to the outside lane to take over second from Ricky Craven. Craven pull out of line out of the draft and had no help down on the inside. Despite how hard these top 4 are racing each other, it is definitely just a 4-truck breakaway all of a sudden. Craven's got a fast truck, but I don't think he's fast enough to win this race outright. He just cannot pass the leader like some of these other trucks like Bobby Hamilton and Brandon Witt have done. Hattori hasn't lost the lead since he got the lead. Maybe he's got the fastest truck in the field. Hamilton looking low off turn 2. Craven going with him for now. Big run towards the outside for Ricky Craven. Really trying to arc it in the middle of the corner. Overdrove it. Hamilton gets around Hattori. Craven getting side drafted by the 9 truck. A little help in the draft from the 9 as well. Craven all over the back of the 9 of Hattori. Looking all the way to the inside. Craven's got nowhere to go down there, though, and he has to lift quite a bit to try and make the corner. And Hattori's going to carry that momentum. He sticks the bottom and carries the speed to get by the 0-4 of Bobby Hamilton. Amazing what these 4 trucks are able to do, battling for position. Very, very tight battle at that. Craven to second, clears Hattori on the back straightaway. Just can't get around the truck with the clean air. Every time he pulls out of line and out of the draft, he doesn't have help. And a lot of it, he is just not able to make the pass. Now he's got to block Brandon Witt. This is a tough mental task, I will tell you that much. We still got a second race at Las Vegas yet, which is one of the more wild races, probably the most wild 1.5-mile race we had on the first season. Hattori losing a bit of ground from the top 3. Oh, Hamilton up the track. But I don't think the 99 of Ricky Craven's going to be able to make the pass. Great wheelman is Bobby Hamilton Sr. for being able to hold on to that truck. Oh, contact! Somehow Craven kept it off the wall. I don't think the 38 did, though. And if he did a great job keeping it off the wall as well. I thought both trucks were going to wreck there. Craven trying to get Bobby Hamilton into a mistake. It's so close to leading for about the last probably couple dozen laps. He just can't get around the leader. Really trying to arc the corner off. Just got to the bottom right in front of the 38 truck. Oh, Hamilton gets loose. Enough that time that Craven's able to get by off turn 2. He's all clear. Brandon Witt up to second. Ricky Craven now to the lead into 3 and 4. And as long as he holds on to it this time, which he should be able to off the exit of turn 4, it'll be 5 bonus points for Ricky Craven. Leading just his 10th lap of the season. We'll go to Todd Kluver in the 50 truck now. Not sure exactly where he is. Looks like he's pretty far back in the pack right now. Our first field pass of the race. Kluver's back in the 27th place position in the 50 for Roush Fenway Racing. Well, Craven continues to lead at the front of the field. Still caution-free. Kluver going to make a pass for 26th. Got some good old-fashioned truck series racing, though, right now. Brandon Witt back to the lead. Craven led that one lap. Lost the lead in 3 and 4. Witt will lead at the line that time. We'll go back to Craven the following lap. One more lap with Kluver here first. It's amazing that Craven's got the pace he does, and Todd Kluver nowhere close to the same kind of speed in his race truck. Big run for Kluver. Got blocked on the back straightaway by the truck in front of him. He's trying to make a pass on the inside. On the 123 truck, he'll do just that. And that will be a pass for 25th. And we'll go back to Craven at the front of the field. And Craven trying to go back for the lead on Brandon Witt. Side by side right now, back straightaway. As they head for turn 3. Good battle between the 38 and the 99. Witt clear. Down on the bottom of the track. He got loose. Craven's going to get underneath him, but he can't get around him. Man, oh man. It's amazing watching these trucks drive today. Slipping and sliding. Packed together, not packed together. Some tough conditions today at Michigan. Ice Demon King 92 Hammer, thanks for tuning in. Trying to get Brandon Witt into another mistake, and again, not going to work. 2 times in a row off turn 4. Brandon Witt's bobbled, but held on to the lead. Witt's wiggling, he's just not budging. Keeping the hammer down, and he's driving through it. I don't know how, but he is. He's got to be careful, though, that the 38 doesn't get too loose. Potentially wrecks right in front of him. Slides enough in front of him that the 99 gets into the back of him. Coming for 59 laps to go. Still caution-free in this Truck Series event. Brandon Witt and Ricky Craven really pulling away from the rest of the field. Into turns 1 and 2. Craven really trying to close the gap. Look at how low Craven's going off turn 2. Oh my goodness. Trying to share draft with him this time in the trial. We'll see if Craven can get a run with this. 38.541, one of his fastest laps of the race that last time by. He's got to run in turns 1 and 2, but he just can't get underneath the 38. Oh, Witt got loose. Witt got loose, and now he's in the wall, and he's around as he gets dumped by the 99 of Craven, and the caution's out for the first time tonight. Right at the edge of the pit window. Our first yellow. Brandon Witt just got junked by the 99. He got a little loose, and then Craven just ran right through him. He couldn't really get out of the gas in time, and I just realized I had the Busch Series points on the screen. Sorry for that, everybody. have no clue why that was up. I didn't have the Truck Series standings quite yet. I don't think anybody pitted. Everybody was just outside the window to make it to the end, I do believe. So nobody hits pit road during the first caution. Green flag going to be back in the air. Field bunched back together again. And we're racing at Michigan. You know, Craven doesn't really have the restart gear in it, so he's trying to block for his life. Said that earlier. Sorry if I didn't see it. Well, that was a bad block. And that's going to cost Craven some spots here. Let some extra laps under the caution, and both him and Brandon Witt lost some positions. That bad block by the 99. Shigeki Hattori's leading into 3 and 4, but now Bobby Hamilton Sr. is trying to go for the lead himself, and he's going to be clear off turn 4. Ryan Hornaday, who hasn't led all races, now looking for second off turn 4 as well. Raven trying to side draft the 108 truck down to the bottom of the racetrack. That's a tight squeeze. 3 wide middle right now for Craven. Hangs on to it. The right rear tire's in the yellow in the tire wear indicator. It has been a handful tonight, so sorry if I haven't looked at the chat as much as I usually do. Bold strategy, pit on lap 25. You can't stretch to lap 75. That would have been bold, because I don't think we would have made it. Raven down low, looking for 7th. Hornaday tried to go low for the lead. Failed to pass Bobby Hamilton Sr. Hattori's going to get underneath him for 2nd. That breakaway between Witt and Craven was hurt with that caution coming out. Not a caution either driver needed. 1/8 of a tank of fuel left on the 99 of Craven's race truck. 3 wide in front of him for 4th. We'll be halfway home next time by. No trivia question in the first race of the doubleheader tonight. We'll wait till race 2 to have the trivia question tonight. Craven's about 1 second off the race lead. 50 laps to go. He didn't take off well on the restart. He's getting a little arrow loose into turns 1 and 2, and his truck going to go way up the racetrack. He made a great catch, though. Kept it off the wall. He's going to lose a couple positions and fall back to 9th. Both Brandon Witt and the 108 truck going to get around him. These trucks have been slipping and sliding all night. Hattori now to the lead. Hornaday in 2nd again, and now Bobby Hamilton back to 3rd. Brandon Witt on the inside of the 108 as they side draft each other. Craven's trying to close the gap. Almost contact between the 38 and the 108. Craven going to make a pass for 8th, all clear off turn 2. Nobody has hit pit road yet. Corey Sunbury, thanks for tuning in. Fastest lap of the race that last time for Craven, despite how loose the race truck is. This point in the run on this old of tires. He's gone over half the race now. Loose is fast if he can hang on to it, and he held on to it pretty well that last lap. Both him and Witt are starting to close in on the leaders, who are battling 2 and 3 wide consistently. And now they're 3 wide. Nope, not quite. Oh, I thought they were going to go 3 wide for the lead, but Hamilton was able to close the door on the inside, and he also stayed in front of Ron Hornaday, who was still up towards the top. Who will be the first truck to hit pit road? Big run right now for Brandon Witt as he gets to the inside of the 22 of Bill Lester. Craven to the inside of Witt, 3 wide. Witt going to clear Lester. He hangs on in front of Craven on the exit of turn 2. Craven under Lester now, trying to get a spot. Trying to get to 7th. He'll do just that. Craven might be the first one into the pits. He's going to pit this time by. He's not going to risk another lap. He's going to be good on fuel to the end. Might as well not even risk it. Torrey trying to cross Witt over. Witt clears him off turn 2 and stays in front with a block on the back straightaway. Nobody has pitted. Craven will be the first. And he will pit this time. We'll see if anybody else will pit. Off turn 4, nobody. Craven coming in. Can't speed, and he did. That is a terrible penalty for Ricky Craven as he speeds entering pit road while running in the top 10 and only a second off the lead. He's coming in way too hot. He was trying to get as much time as he could. He was nowhere close. He was like 80... He was probably 10 miles per hour over the speed limit when he hit the commitment line. It was like 80, 82. Speed limit 70. Well, dang. This is going to put him a lap down. That is a costly penalty for Ricky Craven. He's going to get back onto the racetrack. Cars racing around him. He merges up. Kevin Harvick still the only truck out of the race right now. Love racing games that came to the right place. I think Wilson Eubanks has just taken the lead for the first time today. Our Daytona winner trying to go back-to-back to start the season. That'd be something. I'm almost wondering if the field pitted during the caution, but the only thing is the crew chief never mentioned anything about it during the yellow. Usually they would if that was the case, so that's why I was thinking everybody had stayed out. Maybe Craven was the only one that stayed out of the pits. Well, we'll take that field pass with Kluver. We'll find out if he pitted. I think he did. Todd Kluver definitely hit pit road. Got a truck in the wall, by the way, off turn 2. They're coming in full speed behind him on the back straightaway. Deborah Renshaw on the 8 truck who got in the wall. Kluver up to 15th on the back straightaway. Not sure exactly how that happened. But it happened, and now Kluver right behind the 30 truck of Chad Chafin. The interesting thing is, can the rest of the field make it on fuel to the end of the race? They're going to, have to go about 55 laps. Kluver up into the wall for contact with the 50. Should say Kluver making contact with the 30. Chad Chafin was the one who went into the wall, not Kluver. Kluver to 14th. Not the way he wanted to gain that spot. Lost all the momentum as well, and now he's got pressure from behind. Toxic Punk Young Boy, thanks for tuning in to the stream. Also, 40 laps to go in the first race of our doubleheader tonight at Michigan. Second race will be at Las Vegas. And it might be a fuel mileage race for the second straight day at Michigan. The Busch Series, they were trying to go about 51 to 52 laps last night, but today these Truck Series drivers going to have to go about 56 to 57 laps from that last restart, assuming everybody pitted during the caution. And if we don't get a second yellow in this race, Ricky Craven is going to finish a lap down, and he's the only one a lap down right now in 35th. Back to Craven again, this time by making his way in this pack, trying to gain at least a little bit of time. 178 truck now leading for the first time at the front of the field. $50 to 55 laps for you, yeah. They're going to have to go about an extra lap or two. I thought last night it was about 50. And everybody was pretty much able to make it to the end. It looked like it was going to be a fuel mileage race, but then everybody ended up making it. Despite not getting a caution the last 100 laps. They were able to split it even. Craven getting squeezed in turns 1 and 2. He's down on the apron. Actually held on to it. He just pitted for fresh tires, though, so that definitely helped. Underneath the 119 truck. And none of these passes are going to be for position right now for Craven because there's nobody else a lap down. He's just trying to gain as much time as he can on these fresher tires with 38 laps to go. This will be a rough start to the season if this doesn't plan out right. Which stinks because Craven was inside the top 5 for most of the race. And was running in second, of course, when that caution came out. Ron Hornaday going to lead for the first time. He'll get 5 bonus points as long as he can lead back to the start-finish line. Saw some contact up there, some sparks flying. Somewhere in the middle of this pack. Craven's almost hoping for a caution at this point. He's the only car a lap down, so he should get the lucky dog. Free pass position. Whenever or if ever there could potentially be a yellow. Big loose moment by the 123, but Craven's not able to make the pass. He is underneath the 107 truck though. Trying to force somebody into a mistake now. Saw a big wreck though off turn 2 last night. Just that one caution for Brandon Witt earlier in the race today. Squeeze that time. Craven on the 110. Craven went to lap 55 before pitting, but there was also 3 caution laps he was able to save at least a little bit of gas off of. And Brandon Witt, after spinning earlier, now is back in the lead for the first time since his spin. It only took him about 15 or so laps after the restart to get back to the lead. Contact 3 wide. We've got a wreck off of the corner. Craven is able to save it down in the grass, but a couple trucks wrecked high as they were 3 wide. Craven didn't realize they were 3 wide when he moved down. One truck backs hard into the outs. Oh my goodness, that was a wild ride for the 107 truck. Backed it into the wall pretty hard. And then as he came back, he got hit in the rear again and then ended up on his front tires. He didn't flip though. Stayed on all 4. Caution's out. I don't know if Craven's actually going to get the free pass off of this, and the only reason I don't know if he's going to or not is because he was involved. I'm still taking fuel and tires. This is going to make the fuel window a little bit easier for those drivers to make it on fuel that pitted during the first caution flag of the race, which is pretty much everybody except for Craven. But we'll see if Craven's going to get back on the lead lap or not after our second caution of the race. "31 people watching though right now. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content if you have not already. Coming into this stream, just 6 subscribers away from 3.3 thousand on the channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Craven's still going to be a lap down because he was involved in the accident. We might get a debris yellow though, so we'll see. Green flag back in the air. He's going to battle hard on the restart to try to get his lap back. I don't think you can blame him. Pretty good restart initially for the 99, and he is hoping for that debris yellow right now while he's back on the lead lap. He's got fresher tires. No! Brandon Witt's going to get by on the outside. 178 truck in second right in front of him. Craven's had a hard time trying to get around the drivers in the clean air. Getting up to speed in turns 3 and 4. He can't have that debris caution right now. Contact with the Tory. Hangs on to the race truck. Craven's got fresher tires. And overall, a clean truck for the most part. It's 29 laps to go. Might get a wreck off the restart potentially as well. He's got to get back on the lead lap as fast as he can and hope for another yellow. Remember, there is a second race yet, so if you're wondering, well, you're never going to come back, you can just give up. And you leave the stream. Just know that we still have a second race at Las Vegas coming up after this one, so be sure not to go anywhere. Brandon Witt pulling away. He's so fast when he's in the lead. Him and Shigeki Tori seem to be the quickest. Even Bobby Hamilton, rather, at times. Kind of in that same boat. 178 truck, though, looking down low for the lead. These two can run side by side just a bit. And 178 truck to the lead on Brandon Witt in the middle of the tri-oval. .27 laps to go. Really 26 considering Craven's a lap down. Derek Booth, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hunker down. If I was in that predicament, I would definitely head out. I wonder how much it might potentially change direction, because you just never know with weather how hard it is to predict in general. If it might disrupt any of the events at Talladega this week. And that's obviously the least, worry. I hope everybody else in the Florida area, wherever it's going to be hit the hardest, stay safe first and foremost. But I think Talladega is supposed to be getting some rain pretty much all day Saturday from the hurricane this weekend as well. So I don't know what that's going to do for the truck and Xfinity races. The truck going to get to the inside of Ricky Craven. The 108 will get around him. going to ride in line behind him in the tri-oval. Who knows? We'll see. Ricky Craven can get back up through the field. Brandon Witt and the 178 truck, though, just keep going back and forth quite often. Craven looking low, down to the inside himself through turns 1 and 2, but he can't get around the 108 truck. I had no idea that was the case. Talladega opening up his shelter. That's weird, though, considering it's outside. What Katrina went through in the Superdome was doing that, and it kind of made sense because it was a dome. Though, that is a great battle between the 178 truck and the 38 at the front of the field, and the 108 starting to close in. We could have two different fantasy drivers winning the first two races of the year the way things are going right now in the truck series. Brandon Witt trying to survive, but the 178 putting up a fight. Return Ricky Craven starting to close in as well. 20 laps to go at Michigan. Time is definitely winding down. .178 truck not clear. Ricky Craven going to the bottom of the track, trying to get underneath the 108, a little contact. Craven trying to get his lap back in case we get a late yellow. .19 laps to go. I think one of the trucks involved in that last accident is out of the race, by the way. Probably the 107, who was the main cause of the caution. And Brandon Witt again back to the lead. Time bump trap by Craven to the 178. Craven going towards the outside just a bit. He's going for it, 3 wide. Little contact. Craven's going to get by the 178 truck, but he can't get by the 38 of Brandon Witt. Witt leads. He's got a little buffer room. Trying to hold on to it. He gets a little loose, though, in the center of the corner. Ricky Craven's looking to get around him. Oh, Craven up into the wall. It's a little loose and was just trying to drive out of it. That did not work. Does Brandon Witt have the separation he needs to try to hold on for these final 17 laps to win the race? Should have pitted during that first caution. Hindsight's 20/20, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it on fuel. I don't think I would have even. Well, with that caution, we probably would have been able to, but if it would have stayed green to the end, I don't think I was going to make it. There was a chance that a lot of other drivers weren't going to be able to make it either. Witt's pulling away for the 178 truck the last 2 corners. The 108 is closing in, though, on the 178 himself. trying to get to the inside of the 108 truck. Not going to work. Side by side, the 108 going for second. Help from Ricky Craven. Fastest lap of the day for Craven, 38.370. That last lap, just 15 laps left. Brandon Witt still having to battle for the win yet. And the 108, who has not led all day long, is trying to go for the lead here late. Down at the bottom of the racetrack, heading for turns 3 and 4. These two trucks in front of Craven almost got into each other. Craven went a bit wide himself. Kept it off the wall. And the 108 truck is in the lead off turn 4. We're going to try crossover. 14 laps to go. Contact just a bit with the 178. He lost a bit of ground. Brandon Witt down to the bottom of the track again. Here comes Ricky Craven trying to go for it all. Squeeze. Got by the 108 truck. Brandon Witt back to the lead as well. 13 to go. Ricky Craven trying to find a way to get by Brandon Witt. Oh, Brandon Witt got shuffled out of the way. He holds on to the lead. He's putting up a great drive. Gotta give Brandon Witt credit for hanging on to his race truck under these tough circumstances. Michael Turner, thanks for tuning into the stream. This is a race. Craven risking it right now. Craven hasn't really had anything for Brandon Witt all day. Oh, Witt got loose! Contact! How did he hold on to that race truck? My goodness. Brandon Witt is a wheelman. .108 truck gonna get back by the 99 of Craven. 138 and the 108 made contact first, and then Craven got into the back of him in the middle of the corner as well. Brandon Witt. It's almost like Sheldon Creed at Darlington in the Xfinity Series a few weeks ago. That's what Brandon Witt's trying to do right now. He's got 10 laps left at Michigan to try to hold on. His trucks are slipping and sliding. .178's losing a little bit of ground, but he still has a shot. I think Ron Hornaday's in 4th. Yeah, this race only 100 laps. Still have another race, though, here on this doubleheader. Goes quick, though, when we've only had 2 cautions also. I think the 108's still going to have a shot to get by Brandon Witt one of these times. There's 9 laps to go. I don't know that Craven's going to be able to get back on the lead lap and get the caution he needs. Try to get a couple of those positions back. 108 is definitely close behind Brandon Witt. And he is going low. In the tri-oval, Witt leads that lap of the line. Fastest lap for Craven, 38.258. The 108 truck is on the inside. Oh, contact! All 3 trucks got together. The 108 ended up making contact with Brandon Witt. He's going to get to the lead, though, off of turn 2. Craven got shuffled way out of line. Another truck out of the race, by the way, that blew an engine. Craven's up to 33rd. Didn't realize that until just now. 108 made contact with Brandon Witt. It looked like he went up as Witt went down. And when they made contact, the 99 of Craven had nowhere to go because he was right in line behind them both. Does the 178 truck have a chance? And even Hornaday in 4th, does he have a chance to win yet? Witt trying to get back to the lead with just 7 laps to go. It's a fun battle to watch, though, between these guys. I know I'm not in contention to win it, but keeping it entertaining at least. Instead of running 33rd, no one to run along with. Another crossover incoming in turns 1 and 2 from the 108. Last time he was on the inside of the 38, there was contact. And look now, the 178 truck's closing the gap quite a bit. Even looked low off turn 2, but he couldn't get there. Still door to door is the 38 and the 108 on the back straightaway, heading for 3 and 4. And the 178, because of not allowing the 99 of Craven to get underneath them, is also trying to close in. Five laps to go. That's 10 more miles yet at Michigan. Brandon Witt to the bottom of the track looking for the lead. In turns 1 and 2. He has not cleared the 108 truck yet. Might be able to do so, though, in turns 3 and 4. And the 178 now looking to the bottom of the 108 for second. Following Brandon Witt's line. Craven following the 178 truck down to the bottom of the track. 4 laps left at Michigan. Who's going to win it? Can Brandon Witt hold on? The 178 truck's down low. Looking for the lead. He got loose. They made contact. They're in the wall. They're wrecking. Caution's out with 4 to go. The leaders have wrecked. Oh, the 178 truck got loose and then got up into Brandon Witt, and then Craven ended up with contact from behind him, and the leaders have crashed. Hornaday drove right into the driver's side door of the 178 truck. Craven got to the lead lap right before the caution came out, and we are going to have a restart. 3 of the top 4 have just crashed. With about 4 laps to go, battling for the win. Craven's going to pit for fuel and tires here. And it's going to be interesting to see if that caution's going to end the race. I don't know if it is or not. Craven can't lose any spots. He was the only, well, last truck on the lead lap, I guess, technically. Nobody else pitted in front of him, so he's going to pit anyway. Not sure if we're going to get another restart or not. He's got 2 sets of tires left. He'll have 1 after this, technically. And that is the 3rd caution of the race. These guys are running quite a bit on fuel if they go past the scheduled distance, and we do get a green-white checker finish. I intimidated him. He got loose, and he made contact with the 38. It was on the outside, and then I got into him when he was sideways, and they just, I mean, they were already going up the track. I doubt they were going to be able to keep from wrecking that time, even without the contact from me. I didn't lose any positions by pitting because I was the last car in the lead lap. Green flag back in the air. Will be followed, though, by the checker is going to be the next question. And it will not. White flag in the air. A 1-lap restart at Michigan in the 38 truck of Brandon Witt. Trying to hang on for the win after just wrecking. He's wrecked twice today. He's going to lose the lead to the 108 truck in turns 1 and 2. Craven didn't take off well in the restart. It looks like he's in 32nd. Somebody else DNF'd, I believe, from that last wreck. One of the top 4 drivers. 2 and 3 wide through the pack as they go into 3 and 4 for the final time on this final restart of the race. And a green-white checkered finish at Michigan. Checkered flag waving off turn 4. The 108 truck is going to go to victory lane. And we have seen 2 fantasy drivers win the first 2 races of the Truck Series season. George Teague is your winner at Michigan. Witt lost the lead on the restart and fell back to 3rd on the final lap. Probably had too much damage to hang on. 5 laps led for Teague today. He ends up with the win. Ron Hornaday finishes 2nd. Brandon Witt 3rd. I think Witt led the most laps. Yep, he did. 36 laps led. Wilson Eubanks gets a top 5 finish. In the 64 truck finishing 4th. And then Jackson rounds out the top 5. Parker 6th. Bobby Hamilton 7th. Shigeki Hattori 8th. Deborah Renshaw 9th. And Bill Lester rounds out the top 10. Todd Kluver 18th with no laps led. He did not run very well today, but he still outfinished his teammate, Ricky Craven, who led 5 laps. All went back to that first caution of the race, right at the edge of the pit window. Craven stayed out thinking he wasn't going to make it to the end, and then had to pit under green. Got a couple cautions, but they were too little too late. And we had 4 DNFs rather in today's race. Kevin Harvick, Van Dyke, Davis, and then Clement got involved in that last wreck. I think he might have been in the 178 truck, and he had DNF'd in that accident. Well, actually, Harold Jackson was in the 178. I don't know who blew an engine then right before that yellow, but somebody did. Well, the good news is we have one more race to try to get back on track, and it is actually 146 laps at Vegas. I thought it was 134. 350 kilometers, so it's a little bit longer than the originally scheduled 200 miles, but Las Vegas 350 in the second race of the doubleheader tonight, so don't go anywhere. Still have one more race. Vegas is probably going to be wild too. Got flat Vegas. It was wild in the first season at least. Check out the early season point standings after the first 2 races. Eubanks still in the lead in points. George Teague is still outside the top 10 in points. He must have been one of the drivers who finished at the very back of the field at Daytona then, because the win, he's still outside the top 10 after 2 races. Ricky Craven, Todd Kluver, 27th, 28th in points. They need to get a move on here. Not a good start to the year for them. Harvick not doing so well after the first couple races either. Yeah, we've got some ground to make up here. We finished 22nd and 32nd in the first 2 races, so not ideal. 181 back. We don't want to do what we had to do in the Busch Series last season. But it might be looking that way. We'll see, though. I'm not going to update the points for the top of the screen before this race. We'll just get right into qualifying and try to get underway as quickly as we possibly can. I've led just 14 laps in the first 2 races of the season.
Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Diamond in the Desert, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. On tap today, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in the Las Vegas 350. Its strategy and fuel mileage will play an important role because this mile-and-a-half track is wide, smooth, and fast. So there will be plenty of green flag races. Enjoy your visit to Vegas. We're about ready to drop the green flag.
All right. So, setup from the first season, if I remember correctly, I think it was really tight. I think. I don't know. We'll just go with this. We'll see where it's at for qualifying. I'll make some adjustments after qualifying if I feel like I need to. Zy, thanks for tuning into the stream. How'd Michigan go? Not so well for me. It was a crazy finish, though. I ended up 32nd, but that was because I was on the wrong side of strategy. I had a top 5 truck. Good news is there's still 23 races left in the season. And now we have a night race at Las Vegas. This track looks very bright. Very, very white. Definitely going to try to use that apron to his advantage in turns 1 and 2. Not a bad qualifying lap going for Craven right now, I will say. Maybe he's got a shot at his first pole of the season. He's pacing well on this opening lap. He's going to go down to the apron through the tri-oval. Pole 30.931 for Ricky Craven, and he's on the pole for the first time this season. All right, well, maybe he's got something going for him tonight. We'll hop right into the race. Green flag, and we are underway at Las Vegas. Race 2 of the doubleheader for the Truck Series tonight on NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. That was a great lap. And a pretty good start. All clear off turns 1 and 2 on the 10 of Terry Coca qualified second. 18 truck of Chase Montgomery in third behind him, but Montgomery's going to go for the lead. And how about Chase Montgomery going from third to first? Little squeeze on the front stretch that time. Craven's able to get to the bottom in front of the 6 of Ron Hornaday. Potentially. Craven got tight in the dirty air, though. Unfortunately, not the start he wanted. He was looking good there for about a half a lap, and that was about it. Hornaday going to get to the lead on lap 2. Craven's just got to get in a rhythm now. Now in the longer run, he's probably not going to be able to go to the apron as much. I had to guess, probably going to be a 2-stop race tonight. .135. That was a squeeze by the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery. He gets forced into the wall. Now by Ricky Craven. After squeezing him on entry to the corner, Craven wasn't going to give him exit room. Battling his way, though, back up to 5th. Just needs a solid finish in the second race. Even if he doesn't win. Just looking for a good, solid run. .981 that last lap. Craven's got a lot of speed going for him. Just has to hope he's going to have the handling on the long run. Fights for the bottom. Little slide job through 3 and 4. He's going to be clear. Moves himself up to third, diving to the inside of the 120 of John Hamilton. All 4 tires down on the apron through 1 and 2. Gets the truck to turn. And now he's underneath John Hamilton. A lot easier to run the apron here at this flat Vegas. Definitely can't do that at current configuration at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Craven back into second. Qualified pole, but he couldn't lead a lap in the early going. Craven's closing that gap quickly, though, on Ron Hornaday. Craven going low for the lead. Fastest lap of the race, 30.884 that last lap. Close to the grass without touching it. It's possible to try oval that time to cut that lap time down. Oh, contact! Oh, boy. Into the wall. Craven in the lead. That's not the way you want to do it. But he's out in front at Vegas. Tried the slide job and he wasn't clear and stuffed both himself and Ron Hornaday into the wall, but Craven's going to lead his first lap of the night. I don't think I'm losing speed at Vegas going to the apron in the tri-oval. Going to be burning the tires off the car a little more doing it, but I'm just trying to get myself some space here in the early going. John Hamilton looking for the lead. Craven leads that lap at the line again. Hamilton trying to go for his first lead of the race. Craven stuck on the outside. Look at Craven with the crossover, though. As he dives right back underneath the 120. He doesn't want Hamilton to lead a lap. He wants to lead the next one again. Craven's got the positioning on him into 3 and 4. And he'll complete the pass cleanly. Well, the speed's going to be different because you're taking the longer way around. But you're taking more of a shortcut by going to the apron through the tri-oval. So you don't have as much straightaway for the speed to actually stay up. And it's much flatter, so you're not really getting as much of a run into banking. The shortcut kind of accommodates for it. We're running 31.0s, if not... I mean, the fastest lap of the day, we were down on the apron, 30.884. It's just how well I can pretty much run the rest of the racetrack. I wouldn't say it's hurting him, at least. The only thing it's hurting him is with the tires. Craven running some good laps, though. I'm not one for running real well in the 1.5 miles, but he's got a shot to do so today. .915 that last lap. Picked up quite a bit from the last couple laps prior. Just really got to hope that the long run speed and the grip is going to be there on the long run as well. Caution free here in these first 17 laps. We had 3 cautions in the first race at Michigan. We had 3 cautions in the Michigan Busch race last night as well. Today's truck race a bit shorter. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the second race of our doubleheader. 350 kilometers, again, is the length for tonight's race. 146 laps, and it should be a 2-stop race, I'd have to imagine. Even just taking advantage, though, really, with this clean air and the track position at the front of the field. Hornaday trying to get back to second on the 120 truck of Hamilton. Craven not pulling away necessarily, but he's all right with the run in the early going. He kind of overdrove 1 and 2 that time, though. He's going to give up the bottom lane just a bit. Side by side for the lead now in the back straightaway, heading towards turns 3 and 4. John Hamilton down on the bottom. Craven still on the outside. He'll hold on to his race truck on that outer lane still. Craven throwing a bit of a block, though, on Ron Hornaday in the 6 truck down into turns 1 and 2. A big-time block by the 99. John Hamilton just finally led his first lap of the day at lap 20. Raven down low off turn 4, again looking for the lead. Hamilton did lead that lap at the line. Contact, though, between the 99 and the 120 into turns 1 and 2. And Craven's going to get to the lead after the bobble by the truck on the outside. Didn't take much. Hamilton was looking low again. Initially, he had a good run off turn 4. He might be looking to the outside. Craven will give him that, though, into turns 1 and 2. And now John Hamilton, after trying to go to the top, is about to lose second to the 6. John Hamilton now trying to go back for second. Take our first field pass of the day at the start-finish line. We'll go to the 50 truck of Ty Kluver. See where he's running. He hasn't had a great start to the season. Kluver in 8th, though, having a good start to the race. For 25 laps. He's definitely trying to pick up some time on the trucks in front of him as well. They've been trying to gap those trucks at the very front of the field. 30.954 that last lap for the 50. Kluver just looking for his first top 10 of the season. Same goes for Craven. We can both do that today. That's a step in the right direction for the Truck Series program for Roush Fenway Racing this season. We'll be trying to win them this championship. And we'll go back to the 99 of Craven. Has the lead right now. Chase Montgomery is up to second place all of a sudden. He got around both John Hamilton and Ron Hornaday in these recent laps. Montgomery trying to go for his first lead of the race off turn 4. Craven holding on to the lead. Big block in the tri-oval by Ricky Craven. Hornaday's going to have the run on the outside now for position as well. Trucks can go 73 laps. They can definitely do it on one stop by splitting in half. And we'll just have to wait and see if that will be obtainable or not. We'll know if we get to about lap 37, 38, it'll be close on whether it'll be a one-stop race. It'll depend on if Ricky Craven at least has burned half of his fuel tank by that point in the run. I mean, the big thing is, too, though, is the grip and the tires. Will they hold up? Because it's been a pretty fast pace, despite how flat this track is. And because of how flat the track is, there's a very good opportunity for those tires, especially that right front, to really roll over quite a bit. And it's not going to quite handle as well on the very long run. Hornaday back into second place. Looked like he got around the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery. I believe he did do so. Craven will feel a lot more comfortable if it's a two-stop race than a one-stop. I'm sure the rest of the field will pretty much kind of feel the same way. The main reason for Craven is just so he doesn't have to worry about the tires losing too much grip on the long run. Montgomery's got quite a bit of straightaway speed in his race truck, and I think that's where he's really able to capitalize on the trucks around him for position. Well, Craven gapped him that time through 1 and 2. 3 or 4/10 of a second lead now for the 99 of Ricky Craven. I mean, I'm just saying I hope it's 2 stops rather than 1, because I don't want to have to stretch this race out in half, not only for the sake of potentially not making it on fuel at the end of the race, but just the lone sake of hoping this truck's going to have the mechanical grip it needs to go that long on a full fuel run. He's managed his tires well enough for at least now. But will he be able to continue to do the same thing over the long haul? Just have to wait and see. 30.879, that last lap was the fastest lap of the day for Craven. In our second race of the doubleheader tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway under the lights. Speaking of under the lights, we got a night race tomorrow night on NASCAR 6 on the channel. We go back to the Cup Series. It'll be Martinsville under the lights, the original Martinsville night race. I say the original because of the EA Sports games having lights at Martinsville before Martinsville actually had lights on their actual racetrack. Another fastest lap for Craven that last lap, going down to the apron in the tri-oval. He only bested the lap before that by about 7 1/1000ths of a second. 30.860. And he's got about a half a second lead over Montgomery in second. If running laps like that on a consistent basis, he'll continue to pull away, but easier said than done. These laps are not easy to obtain. And keep up over the long haul especially. Well, it's lap 37 right now. We're coming to lap 38 this time by. And at least the 99 of Ricky Craven. Still pacing well enough to be able to make it on one stop. The way it looks. Really going into this race, he has led the most laps. Chase Montgomery's had a good, though, last 2 or 3 laps to try to close that gap back on the 99 of Ricky Craven again. Lap 39 as Craven holds on to the lead, but into turns 1 and 2, he's going to overdrive the corner just a little bit. Chase Montgomery's going to get underneath him. Big door slam going down into the corner. Had to lift to keep it off the wall on the outside. Montgomery to the lead for the first time tonight at Vegas. I don't think he led at all in the first race of the night at Michigan. But he's leading now. John Hamilton underneath the 6 of Ron Hornaday. Massive run, though, by Ricky Craven, going 3 wide to the bottom. Look how close to the grass he was all the way through 3 and 4. What a corner. And he's going to come out alongside the race leader, Chase Montgomery, in the tri-oval. 30.779, fastest lap of the race by about 1/10 of a second. Craven flew 3 wide through that corner to get back to second, and eventually 1 and 2 is going to get back to the lead. What a lap. I mean, just that corner alone, it's amazing how much grip he had down there. Even after over 40 laps on his tires. Hornaday back to the inside of the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery again. Back to the far chase cam for now. Hornaday all clear for second. John Hamilton on the inside of Chase Montgomery for third. .829 again that last lap, though, for Ricky Craven. Consistently running really good lap times. Got one truck blowing an engine on the bottom of the track at turns 3 and 4. And it's going to be the 108 truck, George Teague, who just won the first race of the doubleheader at Michigan. Craven went to the outside to make sure he wasn't going to have any shot of hitting him, and that's going to give Hornaday the lead, but better safe than sorry out of Craven. I'm not upset with the move I made there. Not this early in the race. Craven going to try to undercut everybody. 3 wide for the lead now off turn 2. John Hamilton stuck in the middle. Ricky Craven back to the lead in turns 3 and 4. He's going to clear everyone off of turn 4. I think John Hamilton got into the outside wall as well. And he's going to fall back to 4th. Craven blocking Hornaday all the way on the outside. Big dive towards the bottom in turns 1 and 2, but he overswept the corner just a bit. Got a good battle for the lead going on all of a sudden. Raven with that big dive down to the apron. Yeah, whoever's in 5th is closing in. You're right, Mark. Still a little too far back to tell exactly who that is. It looks like it might be Bobby Hamilton, but I'm not entirely sure. Craven go way up the track. He's going to get up into the wall. Just about turned himself off the front bumper of the 18. So he went down to block late in the tri-oval after losing a lot of time off the exit of turn 4. .31.032 that last lap for Craven. He's not falling off. Chance though for Ron Hornaday to lead some laps. .965 that last lap. Still not even halfway on fuel. We've made it to lap 50. I don't think Hornaday's getting intimidated in any way, shape, or form right now. .51 laps in. Craven on the dive. So close to getting underneath the 6 truck of Ron Hornaday that time. Craven with a good exit to turn 2. Just can't get to the inside of Ron Hornaday yet. Now into turns 3 and 4. A little bit of a squeeze. Couldn't get to the lead that time. Craven and Hornaday going after the front of the field. Just goes to show how hard it is to pass the leader on this flat track. Part of the reason Craven held on to it for as long as he did. All 4 tires down to the apron that time as he gets to the inside of the 6 truck on the back straightaway. Craven leads! Oh my gosh! Wrecked himself trying to throw that block on the 6. Caution for the first time today, lap 54, and I think you have to pit. You're pacing over 100 laps to make it on fuel, and I think you have to pit now. 153 truck has crashed off turn 4, bringing out the first caution of the day. 1 truck piled into the back of him, and that was the 110, I believe, of Allen. Well, our first yellow of race 2. Everybody's going to stay out. I mean, I obviously didn't go into the settings between this race and the Michigan race. That's weird. We have one more field pass yet with Todd Kluver. And I think I'm going to take it not too long after the restart. So Craven is just pitted. No adjustments. Mark, I'm kind of wondering the same thing you are, though. Did the field even pit at Michigan? I was halfway out of fuel at Michigan at one point. So I don't know what the issue is here, but green flag back in the air. Wow, already 5 trucks out of the race. Hornaday in 31st. No cars are lapped down as green flag's back in the air at Vegas. So Ricky Craven on much fresher tires than the rest of the field. Following the first caution of the day. Oh, we got to stack up. Oh, we got to wreck. We got to wreck. Oh, Craven's involved hard into the outside wall. They stacked up in front of him. And a pretty big crash off turn 4. Our second caution of the race. Craven went hard into the outside wall with no safer barrier in the tri-oval. Head on. Harvick is around. 119 got probably the most of it. And caution's out again at Las Vegas. Back-to-back yellows, this one after the restart. Everybody's going to stay out again. Interesting. Might have some debris cautions after that. The settings can't be off, though, because I was halfway on fuel at one point at Michigan, or at least I thought I was. Yeah, I think I only had a quarter tank of gas left at Michigan at one point. So if the settings were on at Michigan, they couldn't have been turned off for this race, because you guys saw I didn't even go into the settings at all. I think they're just choosing not to pit till maybe halfway. Hornaday leads on the restart. We'll have another restart. Hopefully Craven's truck isn't too heavily damaged after that crash, but that was a pretty hard hit into the wall. Green flag back in the air at Vegas. That is definitely not good for him. That was a hard crash. It was tough to tell what happened off turn 4. They just started stacking up in front of him, and he had nowhere to go. It's too quick. He obviously could have went to the bottom, but it happened so fast that couldn't make a quick enough reaction time. 2 sets of tires left to the end of the race yet. We'll have to see how this will all pan out. Field going to make their way into turns 1 and 2. Wait a few more laps after the restart, then I'll swap to Todd Kluver in the 50 truck. Even with a big run in the tri-oval. 30.915 that last lap as he goes to the apron 3 wide. Deep dive all the way through 1 and 2 also. He'll slide up clear. He's up to 24th after the restart. He was in 31st initially. In about 3 laps, he has gained 7 positions. He's on the outside through 3 and 4. And now he's going to be 3 wide middle into turns 1 and 2, and I'm not sure that this is going to work. He's going to clear the truck on his outside, luckily. Well, he survived 3 wide middle, 1 truck into the wall behind him who was initially on the outside. Even back to the bottom though. 4 tires on the apron. And he picks himself up to 22nd. The transfer to the 50 truck of Todd Kluver. Craven just ran one of his fastest laps of the race that last time. Lester getting tight and dirty air. Oh, truck hard on the wall! And it's Chase Montgomery. The caution's out. He lost it. The 50 truck got a piece of it, though. Oh, Chase Montgomery. I don't know how he lost it, but he was running in second, and then a whole bunch of trucks stacked up behind on the back straightaway, and we're having cautions breeding cautions all of a sudden here at Vegas. Tough break for Chase Montgomery. 164 got sandwiched pretty hard front and back. His race truck. Kluver gonna stay out, so's the rest of the field. And the green flag is gonna be back in the air again at Vegas. Lap 71 on the restart. Kluver hangs on to third initially. He'll be going for second in turns 3 and 4 with a big dive underneath Shigeki Hattori. Kluver up to P2. Unfortunately, oh wow, we got a lot of trucks pitting off turn 4. Just shy of the halfway mark. And unfortunately, Craven's one of them that is pitting. And that is not at all what I wanted. Gonna go back to him as soon as I can. Gonna be the third set of tires going on that 99 truck. Off turn 4. Kluver to the inside of Ron Hornaday. This is for the lead. Hornaday leads that lap at the line. Todd Kluver still trying to lead his first lap of the race. Down to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Todd Kluver to the lead at Las Vegas. All clear of Ron Hornaday off the exit of the corner. There'll be 5 bonus points for Kluver this time by. Leading his first lap of the race and potentially the first lap of the season. Gonna go to Ricky Craven in the 99 the rest of this race. Caution. Debris. And Craven's gonna be a lap down. That is unbelievable. It's off the 50. Our 4th caution. Craven gonna stay out. He's got one more set of tires. And there are a lot of trucks that are lapped down. Looks like Bobby Hamilton's lapped down also. Green flag back in the air. Well, we've had a lot of cautions. I'm not going to doubt that this is going to stay green to the end of the race. So Craven, right away, is going to be trying to go for the lead. Just got into the 6 of Hornaday. Up into the wall with him. The outside of the racetrack, that didn't really work. Kluver's going to lap those trucks that initially got around him on the restart. Looks like the 0-4 of Bobby Hamilton's got a lot of damage on the back of his race truck. They're trying to race their way around the 50. You know, all these trucks are going to be good on field at the end of the race. Look at Craven looking for the run. Big dive. 4 wide. Contact up the track. They're all hooked together. Craven's in the wall. Hamilton's in the wall. Contact around goes Kluver off turn 4. The leader's around. Craven was already against the wall. Kluver was trying to get by it quickly. They were 4 wide going into the corner, and that did not work. 4 wide at Vegas. Cautions have been breeding cautions all of a sudden. We went 54 laps without a yellow in this first race, and now we've had 5 of them all in a row. It's unbelievable. Caution came out. Craven was still a lap down, so the green flag's back in the air again. Bobby Hamilton was able to get his lap back, but now Ricky Craven has to try. Oh, no, never mind. Bobby Hamilton didn't get his lap back. Craven trying to stay in front of the 50 truck right now of Todd Kluver. Four wide definitely just did not work. Initially for Ricky Craven. He's back on the lead lap though if a caution were to come out. Four wide it looks like towards the back of the pack off turn 2. Middle of the pack really. Will they make it? It looks like they've made it. At least into 3 and 4. A lot of trucks with damage. That's 2 races in a row we've just had bad luck. I mean, really Daytona too, but wasn't as fast in that race on speed either. But between Michigan and this race, though, we've had speed. Now Craven's going to need a caution to get back into this race. I mean, we've had 5 of them all in a row. Has to hope we get another one, that's all. I will pause it on the back straightaway real quick and try to find a trivia question for you guys tonight. Alright. So looking for a trivia question for the channel tonight. That's going to be too hard. I thought I had a question, but I feel like it's going to be too hard. So I'm not going to ask it. I don't think anybody's going to get it. I'm all for trying to stump you guys, but that's a little bit too difficult. can't find a question. Trying to specifically look for one that's Truck Series based at Vegas, but go back around to these questions. Hard to find different ones and try to remember the ones that I had asked all the other times we raced at Vegas on the channel. I'm stumped, guys. I am trying my best to look for a question. Yeah, I don't know. I'm stumped. Might just have to ask a Cup question. I can't think of anything for the Truck Series. Matthew Smith, thanks for tuning in. What number has been raced the fewest amount of times of races in the Cup Series? Oh, jeez, I have no clue. What number? That's too tough. Is this like double-digit numbers only? Or, single and double-digit numbers only? I wonder if that, whatever answer you have is correct. So I feel like I gotta do a lot of research to try to prove to make sure it is factual. Alright, we'll just do this instead for a trivia question. It'll be Cup Series Las Vegas related. What starting position has the most wins in Cup Series history at Las Vegas? We'll see if anybody can get it. I'll give you guys until the start of lap 90 to get the trivia question. 65, that makes sense. I'll give you guys to the start of lap 90 for our driver, Ricky Craven. What is the starting position that has had the most wins in Cup Series history at Las Vegas? That'll be tonight's trivia question on the channel. You can guess multiple guesses, but you can't guess in descending or ascending numerical order. Ricky Craven's pulling away right now from his teammate who leads this race of Ty Kluver at the front of the field. Craven dominated the start of the race. Now he's in a tough circumstance, of course, because he had been trapped a lap down. Caution came out after he made a green flag pit stop. right at about the halfway point. Everybody's probably good on fuel and tires to the end of this race. Craven just hoping for that 6th caution of the day to try to get himself hopefully back in contention to compete for the win. Yeah, I think it is a slow truck. There might be somebody who's down a cylinder that's out on the racetrack. And by the way, Shigeki Hattori has just caught up and passed 50 truck of Todd Kluver. George Teague out of the race, and Fantasy drivers winning each of the first 2 races. Good chance we can go 3 for 3 in the truck series. 3 different winners. Question, you've got nothing? You don't even have a guess? I haven't seen any guesses yet. It's lap 90. I don't want to give you guys the question yet. I feel like somebody's got to make a guess before I give the answer. And the trivia question is what starting position has won the most races at Las Vegas in the NASCAR Cup Series? I wonder who the slow truck is. The back of the pack, and it looks like the 6 of 38 truck, Brandon Witt. And he is not on the lead lap either. So Brandon Witt blew an engine and then came back into the race at some point today, and unfortunately for Brandon Witt, he's trying to log in and get as many points as possible. 30.786 that last lap, by the way, for Ricky Craven. It is not 14.79. Catherine H., by the way, thanks for tuning in also. I'll give you guys a couple more laps, just because I haven't seen that many guesses. .783 that last lap. Not 23rd. Bold guess. Not 5th, 20th, nope. Not 13th, not 2nd. Surprised nobody's guessed 1st yet. That's not the answer. I haven't seen it. I gave you guys a little bit of extra time, but I haven't seen the correct answer yet. The answer is 24th. Martin Mars, you were close. You guessed 23rd is one of your guesses. The 24th starting spot is the position that is the position that has won the most races at Las Vegas in the NASCAR Cup Series. Got tonight's trivia question correct. Craven's got a fast truck even with the damage he's ensued in this race. He's going to be burning those tires up quite a bit, going all 4 tires down to the apron, but he's got nothing to lose. If a caution comes out, he'll end up pitting again. He still has one more set of tires left at the end of the race. Just ran his fastest lap, 30.750 that last lap. He's definitely making up some quick laps. 50 laps to go, though, at Las Vegas. He's still 28 seconds off the lead. He's definitely not going to catch up under green flag conditions, you'd have to think. That is likely not going to be the case. 30.915 that last lap. It's crazy that deep in the field, though, is the answer to the trivia question. Probably talk about William Byron's penalty in the Cup Series. I haven't seen anything yet. Tells me it probably broke during our stream tonight. "46 laps to go for the leaders right now. Craven closing back in on the 6 truck. Or sorry, I keep forgetting it's the 38 of Brandon Witt. And he's able to pass him pretty easily on the apron through the tri-oval. 30.789 that last lap. Another quick lap for Ricky Craven. He's definitely running some of his fastest laps of the race. I think the leaders might have pitted during one of the cautions. Because we saw some drivers pit right before a yellow came out. By the way, it looks like there's another truck blowing an engine on the back straightaway trying to get to pit road. It's an interesting one. I was laughing at what I saw in the chat. That was weird. I don't know if it is or not. Somebody made up an account. No, I didn't hear about Byron's penalty. Well, I mean, Ethan said something about it in the chat, but no, I've been on the stream. I haven't seen anything. For Alex Bowman, Jimmy Johnson will be racing full World of Outlaws Tour next year. No, he won't. He just said he announced he wasn't going to do any full-time racing. Where'd you... I don't think you either... You're just trying to randomly say that, make up news, or somebody's told you some false information. I don't think Jimmy Johnson has any dirt racing experience either. Way too dangerous to just do that out of pretty much nowhere. Won the full season. NASCAR 2406 fan for life 48. Thanks for tuning in also. Contact into the wall up off turn 4 for Craven. Alright, 8 points below the cutoff line now. Whoever blew an engine, by the way, was already a lap down because Craven never gained a position out of it. 39 laps to go for Shikiki Hattori, who leads this race. He's actually been running some faster laps than the 99 of Craven, who leads this right now. Kind of getting nervous in the sense I don't know if we're going to see another caution before the end of this race. Raven's still riding around right now, but all he can do is just kind of hope. He has a fast race truck, but Shikiki Hattori, since taking the lead, is starting to slowly run Craven down. Top of the fact he's able to extend his lead over second as well. Maybe there's hope for Craven. He can catch somebody at the back of the pack. He just ran his fastest lap. 30.749 that last lap for the 99 crew. No, I don't even have an Ally Bank anywhere near me. The closest one to me is probably in Toledo. I don't even know if that's 100% confirmed, if there is even one there. Ally Bank's an online bank only. Are you sure? I've seen Ally Banks before. Not like, well, I guess I've like seen. I wonder if their headquarters are in Detroit then, because there's one not too far away from Comerica Park. I know. Another 30.749 that last lap for Craven. Comment in the chat down below. Do you think we're going to see a caution before the end of this race? Get Ricky Craven back into a shot of potentially winning. There's 29 laps to go, though. Time is running out. And you wonder if the leaders still have to pit before the end of the race. We're not 100% sure they pitted under caution. Same time, though, I'd have to think that they probably would have. Just didn't get any word of it, kind of like at Michigan. Yeah, it's probably just, I don't know if it's their headquarters or maybe just like a customer service place. I mean, it's a pretty big skyscraper too. It's not like it's a like a normal bank. Just one with a bunch of offices, I'd probably assume. Thanks for everybody hitting that like button, by the way, tonight. 25 likes on the stream. It's more than what we had last night for our Busch Series doubleheader. Appreciate you guys tuning in on this Tuesday night. I think Craven's got something for the leaders if he can get fresh tires on this racetrack. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to go from 26 to first. He's going to give it his best shot. I'm almost thinking Brandon Witt, by the way, was the driver that blew the engine. Only because not only Craven didn't gain another spot out of it, there are other trucks on the track that are a lap down. But we haven't seen Witt in a while. We were catching him every 10 laps or less. He was down a cylinder. At least has one more caution. We've had 5 so far, but it's been so long since the last one. The longest green flag run of the race so far is 54 laps, which were the first 54 laps before we had that first wreck. And they were kind of piling on one after another on those restarts, where things finally mellowed out. So one debris caution through the wrecks that we have had so far today. Raven's definitely burned his tires up quite a bit. He's starting to slide. He gets all 4 tires down onto the apron in the middle of the corner. And he has nothing to lose. Again, he's got 1 set of tires left. Caution comes out. He's pitting no matter what. Unless, I guess, everybody else in front of him pits, but I doubt that that's going to happen. Not impossible, I guess. Very unlikely. It's going to stink, though, if we get through 3 races and our best finish is 22nd. It's going to be a lot of catching up to do in these final 22 races, though. For Ricky Craven, if he can't get a better finish than what he's running in 26 right now. Thought he might have had a chance to catch some cars at the tail end of the lead lap under green flag conditions, and I don't know that he's going to do that. He's still well over a full straightaway behind. 25th place truck. He's really just going to have to bank on getting the late yellow. And Hattori's only going to have 20 laps to go this time by as well. $19 laps left now for Hattori at the line. I don't even think anybody's anywhere close to Hattori to try to battle him for the win either. He just absolutely ran away with it. Jesus. Well, Craven's going to spin and pancake the wall at the right side. Not the caution I wanted. I did not want to bring that out intentionally. I got loose on the apron that time. Kind of felt the car slipping away. Well, that's one way. One way to get a caution. I don't like doing that. I mean, I'm still going to go for broke, but I do not like doing that. I don't even know that there's going to be enough laps left in this race anyway for Craven to have a shot to win this race still. Win the race before I sell my left liver? What? That was random. You don't have to do that. Trying to buy a win? Is that what you're trying to do? Oh, man. In all honesty, Craven didn't hit the wall that hard. And he hit the spot where there was safer barrier, I believe, too. So that definitely helped. The impact. Green flag back in the air. And we'll see if the rest of the field can survive a restart late in this race now as well. Shigeki Hattori did not want to see that caution. He was pulling away from the rest of the field, but now green flag back in the air. Looks like they're 3 wide towards the front of the field off the exit of turn 2. And John Hamilton contending for the lead underneath Hattori now into 3 and 4. Craven should be able to go all the way back down towards the apron again. So the restart was with 13 to go. Craven in 26. There's a handful of drivers out of the race with engine failures. 3 by 3 up inside the top 10 off the exit of turn 2 again, and 3 wide at the back around where Craven's at also. John Hamilton, Shigeki Hattori battling for the lead at the front of the field currently. 4 wide off the exit of turn 4. I don't know how they made it without anybody getting crunched into the wall. 11 laps to go now. More trucks 3 wide. Still 3 by 3. Craven picking up some time on the bottom of the track. 10 laps to go at Vegas. Craven just ran his fastest lap. 30.743. Gets squeezed by the 107 truck into the corner. Contact with the 110 as well. Big block by the 110 on the 92 of Kevin Harvick. Craven side drafts Harvick in the tri-oval. Some trucks up here that aren't even on the lead lap, and they're actually lapped down. Craven on the bottom of the racetrack, 4 wide in turns 1 and 2. For a very brief moment, they may have been 4 wide. Maybe they weren't, considering they made it. There was 4 wide earlier, and there was a wreck when trucks did get that many trucks wide. Maybe back inside the top 15. Better than 26 where he was running. It's around a lap truck who was on the outside through turns 1 and 2. Craven all 4 tires down on the apron again. He's got to get another spot. There's another lap truck towards the outside as well. He's 2.4 seconds off the lead, a 30.704 that last lap for Craven. That was his fastest lap of the race. So he's running some quick lap times. He was just restarting too far back in the field with not enough laps to go, despite having probably 40 to 50 lap fresher tires to be able to try to get through this field and have a shot to win. It's in the Deborah Renshaw just a slight bit. Contact now with the 164 truck. He's in the middle of the tri-oval. Cut Craven's speed down just a bit again. Ricky Craven has a shot at a top 10. On the inside of Terry Cook off turn 2 and clear on the back straightaway. 64 truck right in front of him. Craven down to the bottom. All 4 tires again on the apron. And Ricky Craven's made his way up to 9th. Just 5 laps to go. He's still 2 seconds off the lead. Will say Craven is definitely picking him up and putting him down. Oh, contact! Up off turn 2, Chase Montgomery got into the back of the truck in front of him. Craven's going for it in turns 3 and 4. Underneath his teammate, the 50 of Ty Kluver, who's led a lot of laps today. Craven gets by him. Craven down to the apron through the tri-oval. 30.649, fastest lap of the race for Craven that last time by. Hanging it on the bottom of the racetrack through 1 and 2, and he's up to 7th. They clear the truck on his outside. 1.6 seconds off the lead. On the bottom through 3 and 4. Trying to get underneath the 18 truck now of Chase Montgomery. He is there, and he's up to 6th. Just 3 laps to go at Vegas. And with 3 to go, Craven trying to go 3 wide on the inside of the 133 truck. Little contact. As he squeezes under the 133 of Marvin Sheth. Sheth, the rival of his now. 2 to go at the line. Side draft on Hornaday, side by side for 4th as they head for turns 1 and 2. Craven's got a big run again off turn 2. The fresh tires have worked out for him. He's not going to have a shot to win it. On the inside of Bill Lester for 3rd off turn 4. 1 second off the lead. It's going to be too little too late to win this race. Hattori in 2nd. Lost the lead on the restart that first lap to John Hamilton and couldn't get it back. Craven finally clears Bill Lester for 3rd place in the middle of 1 and 2. Hornaday on the inside of him for 4th. Good comeback on that final restart in the final 13 laps for Craven to go from 26th to 3rd on 40 to 50 lap pressure tires, but he's going to be a few laps shy of trying to get the win. And for the 3rd race to start the season, a generated fantasy driver has won in the Truck Series. This time it's John Hamilton in the 120 by 0.4 of a second over Shigeki Hattori, and Craven came all the way back to finish just in 3rd, 0.9 of a second off the lead. And he'll take it first top 5 of the season. 34 laps led for him today. I think Hattori led the most laps. He did with 41 laps led and probably had the strongest truck in the field. But once he lost the lead on the restart, he could not get around John Hamilton once Hamilton had the clean air, and Hamilton led 15 laps today, but he led the final 13 off the restart. So again, Hattori 2nd, Craven 3rd, Hornaday 4th, and then Bill Lester ended up 5th. Highest running driver with no laps led. Marvin Sheth 6th, Chase Montgomery 7th, Spencer Claiborne 8th. Todd Kluver in 9th, first top 10 of the year for him. He led 20 laps today as well, and Davis rounds out the top 10. Let's see here. We had 26 drivers finish on the lead lap. Of course, should have known that where I restarted. Wilson Eubanks, Clausen, Chafin, Teague, Brandon Witt, Eimelman, all DNF today. So 6 drivers failed to finish this 2nd race of the night at Vegas. Of course, we were going to get a 3rd different winner in the first 3 races because both Eubanks and Teague Blue Engines, and they were the first two winners in the first two races of the season. 20 lead changes, 6 cautions for 18 caution laps. Most cautions we've had in a truck race so far this season. At 127.31 miles per hour average race speed, 1 hour 43 minutes total time on the second race of our doubleheader tonight. We'll take a look at the point standings before we get into the end of this stream, I guess. Oscar Ramirez Herrera, thanks for tuning in. All right. Next race is at New Hampshire for the Sylvania 200. Should have a fast truck for that one. Maybe a good possibility to get my first win of the Truck Series season. So Ron Hornaday leads in points for the first time this year. Hattori with a good run up to second. Hamilton with this win. Hattori third in points, but Hamilton with this win gonna move up to second in points. Ricky Craven up to 13th from 28th, so 15 spots gained after the third race of the year for Craven, with his first top 5 of the season finishing in third. Again, led 34 laps in the race. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content if you guys have not already. I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be racing at Martinsville on NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. It'll be a night race, and it'll be on the Cup Series side of things. So, trying to get Greg Biffle his first title there, and trying to have another good run, just like we did in the second race of the year at the Daytona Road Course. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you guys next time.